For Reaper Metal Productions, this is Into the Darkness, and no episode would be complete without Thomas by my side. But who is this week's guest? Well, guess what? That person is you. Because we're talking to you this week. Our studio situation's changing up, which is kind of forcing us to then make bigger changes. So we wanted to take this week to hold off our next guest for next week, which is going to be freaking awesome. You're going to love it. You might even have a little bit of a teaser here on the screen. But never mind any of that. And so let's try it even further.
Well,
did you
read
read any
on
of that?
social media as well? Yeah.
So if you like, I think that's exactly the tone we're looking for, because one of the biggest things is, yes, we're moving on, and we wanted to take this point to talk to you directly and tell you, hey, we are moving on. And we want to bring the community aspect, this whole internet thing around, where you can we have Patreons and people donate to content and all that. And so we were looking at one of somebody else that does one of those Patreons and looking at that for an example, and we were definitely wanting to remodel some of that example.
A lot of times we'll just do stuff out of the wanting to do something. So that's how this podcast came to be, Into the Darkness in the first place, So if you haven't noticed, Reaper Metal Productions kind of spans the spectrum when it comes to extreme underground metal. So whether they're releasing music, whether it's the YouTube channel and providing you interesting content that hopefully you love, that's what we're trying to provide. And from an underground perspective, you'll never see Slipknot on this channel. You'll never see Metallica on this channel. I guess
little bit, but yeah.
Well, I guess if we get King Folly to rant,
Metallica, that is.
Unless we get King Folly to rant about hating Metallica, or maybe James Hetfield will want to be on the show one day, maybe.
Yeah.
And we'll take it. We'll take it.
I'll do an interview.
Yeah. So maybe Metallica's not the right band, but at the same time, we needed to kind of take a step back and go, what are we really doing here? We were just kind of grabbing guests and going every week, and
yes.
now it's becoming a struggle with, obviously I have a day job, and Reaper has, things that he does as well, and then we have the labels as well, so it's just busy on top of busy on top of busy. We need to kind of refocus. Obviously, we had to move studios kind of out of necessity. We didn't want to disappoint anyone, but it looks like to make this happen, we sat down the other day and just kind of going through a timeline of what's actually realistic. Could we actually do 52 guests a year, one for every week? And I don't think it's feasible. So now we're looking at kind of every other week or bi-monthly guests, just to make it a little bit easier on everybody. But in order to kind of keep this stuff coming, to have some support is always going to be helpful. Obviously, if we could only do this, that would be fantastic. We're never going to bank on that. But I know a lot of you guys had hit us up about how do we support you guys? How do we get more content? We really want this to keep going and things of that nature. And Patreon is something that we never... I guess we were always stuck because we didn't know what to offer, and we didn't know what we could do that would add value, because we did see all the other stuff out there that people were offering, and we're like, man, this is bogus.
Yeah,
man.
I would like to think that if you're given $1 a month, okay, you're getting something. You're getting something extra because you can get it for free. So $1 should be thanked, and unlike some entities that you have to pay to get that thank you, well, you're not gonna be charged for a fucking thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Simple as that. See,
Yeah.
I can do that every time. So thank you. If you're watching this right now, thank you. That's as far as a thank you should be. You know what I mean? So then that's where you throw in the extra stuff. Where $1, like I said, you still get something. I don't know what. So maybe if you don't, $1, who knows? It's not the blog, but maybe, all right, instead of always going to social media, now we go to you, always to you. So we can always assure you that if you throw that $1, then if we're having, Dan Swano, Matt Harvey or something, then we'll ask you and make sure that you have maybe a week, enough ample time to even submit a question. And then, always maybe taking care of you. So maybe that could be a perk, and that could be the $1 phase. Where then $5, say, would get you then always a discount from Reaper Metal. Like, you're putting your faith in me. Well, then how about we put it back, and then say, hey, in fact, in a way, you're good. The $5 you're giving up front, you're going to be getting right back.
Yeah, you're saving it.
It's up to you to, I guess, redeem it. And if you don't redeem it, it ain't like the shitty gift card method where they just sit on pennies and, the millions of pennies they sit on, the thousands of dollars they make. It's just, it's rewarded back to you. Like insurance. I've always felt insurance. If you're a great fucking driver, you should be getting a check at the end of the year. Well, and the check never arrives.
And the way you mentioned the dollar thing and contributing your questions, obviously that ties back into what we were thinking originally with making you guys more a part of what we're doing and not just us blabbing at a screen. It'd be you guys being able to engage via us in that format. So again, if you have questions for Swano or Scott Burns, whoever we have on, we've been going to social media for it, but maybe you don't follow us on social media. So if you're the subscriber, you're getting an email now, hey, we got this guy coming up, send us your questions. We'll get those questions. We'll have those lists when we have those guests, and maybe that is that $1 subscriber. But again, is this something of value to you? And that's kind of what we wanted to ask. So please throw out anything, any suggestions you may have in the comments. We want to hear from you guys because it involves you, and that's why we're bringing it to you now. So sorry for the boring week, but it's a vital week.
I love this week.
Well, it's
the easiest guest to get on.
That's true.
They didn't even know they're coming.
And it's easiest to record. But it's a vital week because it's on you. So we really just want to get your feedback. We do have some ideas, and we do have some fun stuff that we could definitely throw in for subscribers, but just know it's coming. We're working on it. But I think this feedback we get from you can really solidify it. Hopefully by the end of the week, we can really get something together that we can hopefully present, in the coming weeks. So
if you did $1 a month and you stuck at it for a whole year, you could have Into the Darkness and be helping it tremendously. And it'd be invested $12.
Ain't nothing.
That ain't a fucking month of Netflix, which is far shittier. They ain't fucking interviewing Dan Swano.
That's right.
They're interviewing some jackass, and then I don't know. There's some pretty good. Actually, they're better at documentaries. It seems like, but they're putting their shit fucking films on there and wasting your time. Social indecisive. I don't know. Maybe you love Netflix. You're like, fuck yeah, I'll pay that $8. It'll never give you that $1 for that 12 that you needed. Internet's telling, or the screen's telling us we gotta go. See, look at this shit. We gotta figure out. Like,
still got problems.
How are we gonna budget this? How are we gonna figure this out?
It's exactly why we need donations.
Yes, I'm sorry, but time is money. So if this is my hour figuring out this, maybe that could be the email. Hey, this week we need help figuring out Bill Gates. How the fuck do you just say image, full screen, don't disappear? This poor guy sat down for 3 hours on a fucking drum stool. Imagine your ass on that.
Like a jerry-rigged drum stool.
So we need him to get him a captain's chair just like this. Look at this. That folds up the arm. Beautiful. Then we need to pay for a guy that could switch the camera angle so I can talk and not have to worry about it every 2 seconds. But get him one of the nice like these. This is about $200. So see, look at like that. If we had 200 people donate $1, captain's chair. Fresher ass. Immediately.
Ass. See, I had to stand up. It's killing me.
But then you might be hearing that popping audio. These bad boys. Now this is the second tier. This is the guy that's gonna have to donate $5. It's gonna help this out because this is about a $500 investment. Now, of course, you could just get the mic, but you're going to need a stand. This thing has tape on it, for Christ's sake. Do you know how many albums I record with this fucking thing? And podcast episodes? And you might be thinking, well, shit, it sounds like it's just fine. And just fine it might be. But it's a real pain in the ass to operate and get this done on time. So these are a few trajected things that we do with the money. Because we need 2 of these for this. But then, as you might not know, on Hellcast we got a producer. And he's always credited off camera. Well, that's the producer. And then somebody was like, well, the producer needs a microphone. So that means we need 3 of these motherfuckers. That's $1,500. Then a captain's chair? Do we need a fucking captain's chair for off camera too?
I feel like it's
dude, and then J-Dog's really going to be bitching when he sits his ass in this thing. Yeah, he's probably not even going to show up. He's probably going to fucking leave.
Yeah. J-Dog will have a problem.
Dude, that's would have been the best way to sell this. Get J-Dog down here. Once the cheeks sad, he'd be like, oh, fuck this. He'd be right out. Dude, have you seen him bitch in good conditions? I have. So imagine him in shit ones. Don't let this beautiful looking shot fool you. That's just good production. So you want to compensate for that. Good productions. Give me a fucking pat on the back that you can't reach through the screen. That's another way you could utilize that money. You know, I like to think my hourly rate is more than $10 an hour. So all that shit. So. I don't know, dude. That's about as good enough. That's some pretty good. We got $2,000 we fucking need right there. Just better. My ass is doing good. I can attest to this chair. So I already know. We don't have to waste any more time. So look at that. We can fast pass this. So I already know what chair to get. So we could just pay the face value for 2 chairs, one off screen for the producer, one for J-Dog's ass cheeks, and then a mic for the producer, and then ultimately 3 fucking mics to make it all. So that's 3 mics, $1,500.
Yep.
2 fucking chairs at $200. Let's just take $230 a piece.
Okay.
So that's fucking $460. So we $2,000.
Yeah.
So we need $2,000. So we either need 2,000 people to subscribe in 1 month and donate $1, or you can do the fucking math for you. And guess what? We might have we're going to have a $10 one. We ain't gonna have the shitty $10 one that everybody else fucking has. Like we ain't gonna have some dumb fucking blog. We got a cool fucking blog. It's free. It's called ReaperMetalProductions.com. You don't have to spend shit. You just spend your afternoon there. And so we're going to have that free, but then we want to offer incentives. So I run a record label, so how about you donate money, you get fucking money off, guaranteed. For as long as you're donating money, you always get money off.
Yep.
So how about that at a tier? He runs a record label, so how about then maybe you get a discount there. But then if you're really fucking awesome, which would be the guy that's donating $15 a month. We don't have all these tiers yet, but these seem like logical ones. See, that's what we're doing here too. Cheap and affordable, inviting. Those are the words that we want around our podcasts. So if you have the 15 one, we're getting much fucking quicker, and you're much more of a diehard. And so that means I think you need to be getting a fucking care package. Yeah. Monthly. Good shit. You're fucking investing in us.
Well, we won't even get into the computer issues
Exactly.
or Wi-Fi issues or not having fast enough. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, all kind of. There's a lot of things that are going on. Not to mention, like you said, our time, and obviously we both have to get here and set up and do this stuff, and so yeah, we're just trying to look for help to make the show better for you.
Yes. And then you might have been thinking this whole fucking video, wow, that looks like a new studio. We just got kicked out, so now we got rent. We didn't have rent before. How much is rent? Holy shit, I just remembered. So there you go. Some examples of why and how, and when we get it up and running at ReaperMetalProductions.com, that's where it'll be, you can easily donate to make this show continue, more comfortable, and rely on it. Because we'll be asking you questions. Like, you can contribute and make sure you get your question asked when it's interviews. Who knows? Maybe you got a great idea, so that's why you got to leave it in the comments. Maybe you want to reinforce that your question and remark gets to me. So ReaperMetalProductions.com, send an email there. And when you do all that, subscribe, share, comment, then we can talk to you next time.